Greetings, greetings, greetings. You already know what it is. You already know what we do, but you don't know what we're about to say. But this is Sunny Days 305 Degrees podcast. I am your host. I am Sunny Days. And here with us today, we have blood of my blood, my family, my minister, my cousin, my mentor, my prayer warrior, my this, my that, and on ... I'd like to introduce to you all the street minister, Brother Minister Anthony Durden.
What's up, cuz?
Hey, you know it all. You
Yes, sir.
already
Thank
know
you
it
for
is.
that awesome introduction, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, love
sir.
you, man.
So I'm just still a little charged up, brother. We just inducted 5 members of the Circle Brotherhood to our
Wall of Fame.
Shout out to our fallen brothers that passed away while they was in the Circle Brotherhood, serving our community.
Absolutely.
And we honored them with the most highest honor.
Absolutely.
By putting a plaque on the wall.
Yeah.
By people having very true and nice things to say about them.
Absolutely.
And that 21 Brotherhood salute.
Man, powerful, bro.
So I just want to start a conversation because a lot of times, brother minister, they see us in the highways and the byways, and they see certain people around us now, never really knowing where this stuff started from. Never know the years and years of work that we have been putting in to get to where we at.
Absolutely.
And I just want to just talk about it because they heard me talk about it before. Brother, talk about that day you saw me, where you were, the day when you introduced me to this mighty, mighty organization.
First and foremost, cuz when I've been knowing you, man, you're my family, man, you're my blood, and I love you. In the time that we've been since we've been born, we've just been connected. So, I know you went off and you served time and all of that things, and you had a legacy out here in the streets. A lot of us had that street legacy thing, and for all the wrong reasons, but for all the right purpose.
Yes, sir.
See, your thing was to get you where you are now, just like my thing was being in the streets was to get me to where I'm right now. And so the first thing I noticed when I saw you out here, I saw transformation. I saw reconciliation.
Yes, sir.
I saw redemption. I saw righteousness. I saw someone that was ready to come out and do God's kingdom work. And so I reached out to you, and because the fact that I was already involved with the organization that was God sent right here to Miami-Dade County called the Circle of Brotherhood, I just knew that you would be a perfect piece to the chessboard. You know what I mean? I said, man, because I knew you already had street credibility. Now you finna get some God credibility to merge with that street credibility. And I say, man, we're gonna build a new legacy. God is doing a new thing in our life, so we want a new legacy. We want to be remembered like those brothers on the wall. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what made me reach out to you, man, and say, cuz, just come be a part. I really wasn't trying to say be a part of the organization. I just want you to be a part of the experience. Just come feel what the love feel like, because the love will prompt you to want to become a part of it. That's what I normally do. I say, after God sends me to you, he just used me as a planter, and he does the watering. And so whatever comes out of that, he gets the glory, not me. Because the work that you're doing, that's your purpose work.
Yes, sir.
I'm just the vessel that he used to reach out, but after that, it's all on God. I'm out. I took my hands off of it and just watched you grow and become the man of God that you are, and have always been, in my mind, a real one, a real soldier out here.
Well, I thank God for using you as a vessel. And I remember something my brother said in an interview. He was saying that when he get out, he want to talk to young people. He want to get into schools and talk to young people. And he said he didn't know how he was going to do that. Because on his own, I mean, he was just, and so a vehicle. And because that thought and that prayer was in his mind, again, some vessel had to be used by God to convey a message to him as a confirmation to God.
Absolutely.
To a prayer that he made to God.
Absolutely.
So can you talk about how did my brother actually get into school, and what was the vessel by which God used to convey that message to him?
Yeah, I happened to be at work that day, and I got a phone call from Sister Eileen Robinson. She's a part of Miami-Dade County Public School Board. And she reached me, she said, Brother Durden, I need you to come out and talk to the youth. And, you know, I get a lot of these calls all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm at work. And so I was like, man, God is going to one day be able to free me up where I could do this thing full time. But right now, let me do what I got to do and pay the bills.
Yes, sir.
And so I got a call while I was at work. And I say, Sister Eileen, I say, I'm not going to be able to make it. I say, but I know somebody that's perfect to fill in the gap. And I call Sweet, and I say, Sweet, I say, cuz, I say, man, listen, I need you to do something for me. I need a favor. I say, I need you to go out here. I'm going to give you her number. Her name is Sister Eileen. Tell her I sent you to her. And since then, he ain't stopped. Since then, he ain't stopped. And I just said, thank you, God, because that's the purpose. When you get here with the Circle of Brotherhood, your thing is to find your piece of the bone. And that was his piece of the bone. You know what I mean? And I had nothing to do with the process. That was God's process. And that was what God put on his heart. God knew the desires of his heart was to reach our youth. And he fulfilled his part by sending me so that we can connect the dots. And he's been doing that since 2016. Man.
That's great. So once again, so that's two. That's me, my brother. I don't know. I don't know if this a pattern, and so I just want to talk about one more thing because, I would imagine after, and I heard you say this. How many years you been sober, brother?
20 years.
20 years sober.
20 years clean and sober from drugs and alcohol.
Brother, what is? Can you share with us one of your low, dark places you were in when you were in that world of drugging and thugging or whatever you want to call it, my brother, or brother minister?
Man, I had so many dark moments. Where do I start? I know for me, I would say my Damascus road came from in the crack house. That's why I got the hashtag from crack to Christ, because my conversion was really from the crack house, not the church house.
Right.
That's why I get the name Street Minister. That's where that name came from. God gave me that specific name because that's where he found me. So that was my Damascus Road experience. But my dark road was the last stint that I did incarcerated at Miami-Dade Correctional Facility, which is known as Metro West.
Yes.
And I was locked up with my nephew, Connie's son.
Yeah.
And she has 5 of them. And so when I got arrested, the correction officer asked me, she said, how many Durdens are there? I mean, she was like stunned because it was like my uncle was locked up, Roy.
Yeah.
My brother was locked up, Nathaniel. My nephew Edward was locked up. My nephew Chris was locked up, and now it's me. And so now all of us, and so I'm looking at our legacy as being prisoners to our own demise and to our own choices. So in that mindset, I was like, man, I got to break this curse. That was the most painful thing for me, was to have my nephew as my bunkie. I can't even talk about the stuff that I went through when I was in my drug addiction.
Right.
I'm just talking about that moment of clarity when I said, this ain't it for me. It's it. It's over. You know what I mean? And I was being incarcerated with my nephew.